Ball on Fire, Episode 8. Do you want to discover the motivation to invent the game of Tchoukball of Dr. Herman Grant? Now you can read his study of Tchoukball, his original book, Critical Scientific Review of Team Sports, has been translated in English and is available. You can order it online at www.tchoukballpromo.com/shop.html or on Amazon.com, search for Tchoukball under books. Okay, Tchoukball Nation, I'm simply thrilled today to introduce my guest, Julio Calegari, Director of International Development for the FITB, Federation International of Tchoukball. Julio is originally from Brazil, where he was playing in the national squad. But since 2006, he lives in Dubai, from where he flies to different countries in all continents to promote Tchoukball. He has been to more than 25 countries, introducing and assisting in the promotion of the sport, and also helped the organization of international events and friendly match. I have been given to Tchoukball Nation a little overview, Julio, but take a minute to tell us about yourself. We want to know you, and then tell us how and when you discovered Tchoukball.
Okay, hi everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to be here to talk a little bit about the promotion of Tchoukball, the work that FITB has been developing. As I say, I'm from Brazil. I was playing in the Brazilian squad for a couple of years. But initially, I started playing Tchoukball in 1993. It was exactly 20 years ago. And in the beginning, I learned Tchoukball on the beach. It was the first place I played was on the beach in Brazil, on a beach close to São Paulo called Itanhaém, when Océlio Ferreira was one of the guys who brought Tchoukball to Brazil. He was introducing there, the sport. And I had the luck to be there on that day, and I learned about Tchoukball, and I was invited by him to promote in some schools in São Paulo and to play as well in a team that he was organizing. Later on, I started to help with the promotion of Tchoukball in other cities in Brazil. Here we managed to organize the first Brazilian squad, and in 2000 we had the opportunity to take part in the World Tchoukball Championships that was held in Geneva in 2000. It was the first time a Brazilian team took part in any international event, so it was really a great thing for us. And from there, I got in contact with the president. That time was Michel Favre and then Daniel Bushback, and they invited me to be the international promoter of Tchoukball. I work also in aviation, so I have some good discounts and some good benefits to travel around the world on duty or with some of the tickets that I can get. So it's a really easy way for me to go to different countries and to promote Tchoukball as well. So I try to make a good use of my job to promote Tchoukball as well.
Thank you very much, Julio. So, what was the appeal of Tchoukball and why did you want to promote it?
Well, when I first played Tchoukball the very first time was really cool. I was like a teenager and I was on the beach, and I was handball and volleyball player at school. So Tchoukball got some elements of those sports, and what I really like in sport, you can adapt in any place. You can play on the grass, on the swimming pool, on the beach, indoor, outdoor, and also the fact that there is no physical contact that gives you a very great freedom of creation. So you can try to make tricks, or you have a good freedom to learn or develop your skills. So it's a very open sport to everyone. So that was something that I really liked it. And whenever you're playing, even with beginners or in a high level competition, I really like the spirit of the game. How is the respect for the teammates, for the other team, and the audience. So I always had great experience playing Tchoukball from promotion to teaching to training and also in international competition. So those are the key factors that I said, okay, since I had that possibility to promote the sport in some other countries and use my trips and my job, So that was a perfect match to use my job and to travel and promote the game.
Well, Julio, I could say that all the interviewee I had on the show are motivated by the same thing than you, so it's really nice. So tell us how you promote the game.
Well, there are different ways that how we get to some new countries or new place to promote. Um, some countries the FITB itself, we try to contact someone in there, either a school or club or the Minister of Education, Minister of Sport. And there are some other situations when people get in contact with us. Some personal initiative. There was like a teacher in a city called Essaouira in Morocco, and then he started by himself because he learned from a video. Another guy in north of Chile, and they get to know Tchoukball from internet or from someone or from the universe, and they start by themselves. And then later they get in contact with the FITB to check on how they can better develop the sport and how the FITB can assist them. In some cases, depend on the country, we already have a national federation or a representative. So we tell them to get in contact with those people and then they will assist them. But when it's someone contacting us from a very new country, then that's when we have to try to either go there or send them some more books or videos or the equipment and try to find the best way to assist each country. It's important to say that each country is a different situation. Maybe what we have in one country is not exactly for the same one, for another one. Uh, we have different situation, not just economical, but also different situation or different people that are contacting us. So we have to analyze the situation and check how we can best assist them.
Excellent. What during all these years you have been promoting the game, what has been the biggest challenge or challenges you have been facing while promoting the game?
Well, basically, there are two main challenges. When we are looking for someone in the country, that might be a challenge because not necessarily someone in a high position in a Minister of Education or Minister of Sport will be the most indicated person to promote the sport or to find someone who will be really motivated, really committed to promote the sport. That initially is a big challenge. And the second one is how to get the Tchoukball frames in place. Because usually when it's a new country, they don't have Tchoukball frames in there. They don't have where to buy it, and they have to import, and it's not that easy to send either via plane or to tell them just build the tube and that how it should look like. And those are really the most difficult things in the beginning. Because later, once they have the equipment and we have someone there motivated, it is always to organize a course, or some of them they started by themselves. Which we had some great experience, great stories of some new countries that now they are quite big on football. They are with some very organized national federation and take part in the tournament. And they started in a very simple, humble way, and now they got there. Another one that I can mention is Cameroon. They just got like the net, and they couldn't prepare the frame, and they did like a kind of a structure with wood, and they managed to make a wooden made frame, and they were playing with that. So for the very beginning, it worked. Then later we managed to assist them to get an official FITB frame, and now they are one of the very good, I would say one of the best teams in Africa. They got like a third place in the African Championships last year. So the important thing is to find people that are motivated and gonna work hard on the promotion of the sport. Once we get this, everything gonna work fine.
Okay, so the problem is to find the motivated people then. So during all this year, can you tell me what have been the great achievements you obtained while promoting the game or playing the game or during your football life?
There's a couple of things that I really could mention. For me, one a good pleasure to me is to see when one country that I helped them to start in the beginning, to see later when I go there again or if I meet them in another in an international event, to see how the sport was growing there in that country. One of them that really impressed me was like Singapore, that now they are one of the top five in the world. And I was the very first one to make a presentation of Tchoukball in Singapore. Then later they had assistance from Chiara from Italia and from other coaches from Taiwan. Also Colombia, I helped them to start, and now they are really good and they are taking part in the tournament. They're gonna organize the next Pan American Football Championships. So for me, I really like to see that how the countries were developing after the first time when I was there. But if I would have to say that my best experience, I would say in 2011, I was the coach, the assistant coach for the UAE under 12 years old boys teams. And we went to Austria to the World Youth Football Championships. And we got there the silver medal, the second place in the tournament. And that was really a great achievement. But the best was still to come, because when we came back to UAE, to Dubai, we were received by the representative of the Sheikh of Sharjah, and he invited us to go to his palace because he would like to greet the whole delegation and the kids for this achievement. So for me, it was was something incredible that I was in a palace in the United Emirates, and I was greeting the Sheikh of Sharjah, and he was saying, "Oh, congratulations for your achievement," and he was greeting all the boys, and they also the boys they were really happy for that, because it was not just to go to an international event and come back with a medal; it was to come back home and also to have this kind of um, receive like how they even in their country they were acknowledged for their achievement. So I think that would be one of the most amazing I had.
Well, it should have been a great experience for the kids.
Yeah.
So, Julio, now we reach my favorite part of the interview, and I will ask you a series of questions, and you get back to us with answer. Are you ready?
Okay, let's see.
So, according to you, what is the biggest challenge for the diffusion of football?
Not the diffusion itself, but to start in a new country. That my experience is always to get someone who's gonna be commitment, who's gonna be very motivated to produce to promote the sport, and also to get the frame in there. Once you get this and you start to play and get people involved and to enjoy the sport, that's it. It's just the very beginning that's quite difficult, but apart from that, it's to start and promote the sport.
Okay, so if I summarize what you said, it motivate people one, and second the frames. Okay, what has been your best experience in football?
One of the best was that one when we went to the palace of the Sheikh to greet them. And all the others that I could list is to see all those countries that I have been and to see how they start in the very beginning, how we just had a first contact, and then I went there for a presentation or a course, and the level that they're there. Even myself here in the UAE in Dubai, when I first came here, we had just a contact with two physical education teachers. That was Mohammed Zahud and Nabiha Hawas. And when I came here, I met them, and they managed to make a lot of contacts. We start with some presentation in schools, and now we have a lot of teams playing here. We took part in 8 international tournaments. We organized a tournament here. So that for me is really a pleasure when you see a country where I helped to start and to see the stage that they got after a couple of years. So that I would say is one of the best experience for me.
Well, you were a lucky man. So, what would be the advice or advices you would be given to someone who wants to promote the game in a community or a country?
So, the first one is try to contact the FITB. We have our contact directly through the website or Facebook. Depend on the country. If there is already a national federation or some representative, we're gonna put you in contact with them. Otherwise, we'll try our best to assist in case it's a new country where we have never been there or there is no one that we are aware that they are playing football. And now things are much easier, huh? With the internet and YouTube and videos. It's very easy to send an information and things around the world to spread the information. When I started football 20 years ago, we had to send a letter to Switzerland, wait another 1 month, and get a VHS video, and then start to show something. So things were taking very long. Now it's a click of a button in the internet, and we can start something. So just get in contact with the International Federation, and we will try our best to assist you.
Excellent. So, where do you see Tchoukball in 5 years from now, in your country and around the world?
Well, hopefully around the world we're gonna have even more countries playing football. Now this year we have the General Assembly for the FITB, and we are very close to reach 40 national federations affiliated to the FITB. Another great step that we are look forward is to take part also in the World Games. The next one gonna be 2017 in Wrocław in Poland, and we are trying to make more and more international events. So my hope for the next, let's say, 4 or 5 years, is to see the football played in more countries, not just to take new teams to take part in competition, but to see that there will be a structure in each one of those countries that's going to make the sport available to each one who wants to play, either in a school level or in an international level competition, or just for fun. In case you have a group of friends and you want to play football, I hope that this is going to be something that's going to be accessible to anyone who wants to just play to enjoy themselves.
Excellent. Julio, you have been giving us some great advice and information, and we thank you for that. Please give to Tchoukball Fire Nation a piece of guidance, share how we can find you, and we will say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you again for everyone who is watching the video and following this series of Tchoukball on Fire. Thank you, Pierre Alain, for the initiative. It's really great to spread the information about Tchoukball with some people who have a good experience in each one in different countries in different departments of promoting Tchoukball. And for all those who are watching and would like to contribute to promote football, get in contact with the International Federation or with the National Federation in your country. Even also, I give an advice for those who are playing already. You can help somehow. We have now in the FITB some new projects where like players or some clubs can contribute with some new countries. They can contribute with knowledge, with donations, or also there's a lot of ways that you can help to promote either just in your country or to help the new countries that are coming to our great football nation. So we are open to everyone to get in contact and to assist you the best way we can. Thank you.
Okay, all the listeners could find all the links and resources you mentioned today on www.tchoukballonfire.com/Julio Calegari. Thank you for being so generous with your time, Julio, and with your experience and advices. Tchoukball Nation salutes you, and we will catch you along the road.
Hey, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Pierre, for the opportunity. Thank you so much.